here for inviting me and give me an opportunity to share a couple of thoughts on the issue of religion, and in my case, religion and global affairs, religion and diplomacy. I haven't been introduced as a Dr. Anders for ages, and I'm an engineer. My background is in mathematics, but it's rather uncommon. So
I saw you, so I thought something good.
I'm very happy to be here. I try to be short. You're running out a bit of time. I was struck by the ambassador's words on omdenken. I didn't hear that term very much recently, but I think it's a very important term. To think anew about developments, not only in a negative way, but also in a positive way. Challenging yourself in taking multiple perspectives into account. And I think that's kind of what I've been doing. So I will be talking about what I've been doing for the last 2-3 years at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I'm part of an internal think tank, the Unit for Strategic Advice, and I've taken up the issue of religion and diplomacy from an observation that religion hardly played any role at the ministry. People were not thinking about religion, or if they were thinking about religion, then it was a very narrow, negative focus, and as you can imagine, Islam and extremism. And I try to broaden that idea. Not only Islam, not only extremism, all religions play a role, and almost all fields of diplomacy or foreign affairs, there is religion important. And I phrased it as religion matters. And I think nobody is denying that 3 years ago, I still had quite a job convincing the colleagues, but many developments make clear that religion does matter. The world is religious. I think 85% of the people in the world identify with a religion. That's the Pew Research, and that's only growing. By demographic movements, but that's not declining. And as I phrased it, better awareness, understanding and knowledge of religion, and mostly of the role of religion, fosters a better, or makes able a better foreign policy, both in the formulation of the foreign policy and in the execution. Religion, or religious actors, or religious organizations can have a positive role, but also a negative role. We should always have a clear vision of that duality. Don't close the eyes for the negative, don't close the eyes for the positive. Try to reach out, try to involve religious actors, religious organizations. I've phrased it as a mission to raise religious literacy. My colleagues, but maybe also the broader society. That's a bit too broad for me as a civil servant, foreign policy, foreign affairs ministry. But certainly at my my colleagues, we did a lot of questioning, research. You need it a bit closer? Yeah, okay, I can do that. Or try. Okay, yeah. This is better? Yeah. Oh, that's much better. I'm sorry for that. We did a lot of questioning and research internally, and found that religion has no central place in the ministry, but that at many places in the ministry, certainly at the embassies abroad, there's a lot of knowledge. So I set up a network where we exchange knowledge, experience, where we discuss several issues. It's not part, religion, of the induction courses into the ministry. We do talk about politics, demographics, economics, whatever, but not religion. Religion should be, I think, part of that, and that's now accepted also. Religion does play a role by development in human rights, democracy promotion, migration, health, education, all issues where we as a Ministry of Foreign Affairs deal with, and also there the religious aspect should be taken into account. Well, this whole activity of mine and a couple of colleagues resulted recently in a letter of the Minister of Foreign Affairs shared with the Minister of International Trade and Development Cooperation to Parliament on religious literacy. And then the minister made clear that he thinks it's an important part also of the toolkit or the knowledge base of the colleagues. Recently also, Parliament asked the ministry to establish a special envoy for the freedom of religion or belief, and it has been granted, and that envoy will be appointed in the coming weeks. I think it will be announced, and that envoy will play a role in the whole discussions, in the whole debate, in the whole negotiations on the freedom of religion or belief, partly, but also partly in promoting or in sensitizing the colleagues at the ministry on the relevance of religion. That special envoy will be kind of under our human rights ambassador. We do have a human rights ambassador who is responsible for the whole human rights activities or human rights building institutions. And she will, it's a she in this case, also be responsible for the freedom of religion. And the special envoy will be under that, stressing for us that the unity of the human rights is an important issue. Even also acknowledging, of course, that many of the rights can collide, but that's reality, and I think we should acknowledge it at all. I was struck by the invitation by the words costly tolerance. It was a new term for me, but I found the explanation very, very interesting, very inspiring also. Costly in this case meaning not easy. The easy tolerance, when everything goes well, it's easy to be tolerant, but when there are tensions, it's costly. And I think that's an important issue, and we see tensions rising in the world, and also tolerance rising. And then, of course, a professor came and said, well, tolerance might not be the right word, kind of negating the whole meeting we're having here. But I think it's an important point that tolerance might be interpreted as a passive issue, and I think we need an active idea about that. I've been reaching out to academia, working with the universities in Amsterdam, Groningen, Nijmegen, Leiden also, which has been very enriching and very interesting, and also reaching out to faith-based organizations. Recently we organized a session on a conference on religion, peace and just societies, where we worked with Prisma, Mensen met een Missie, Coordate, Pax, and this has been very, very helpful also. And there I noted that those people from faith-based organizations are very much interested in helping, also reaching out to the state, to the ministry, in order to help, in this case my work, in sensitizing and raising awareness on the importance of religion. And maybe as a last short announcement, the minister recently indicated that he will organize an international conference on the Istanbul process on the 18th of November. The Istanbul process is a UN process combating intolerance, stigmatization, discrimination, incitement to violence and violence against persons based on religion or belief. It is a process which also already runs for quite a while, has been organizing international conferences at different places in the world, and the next session will be here in The Hague on the 18th of November, indeed combating also intolerance, and thereby very much linking into the project you have undertaken. And let me once again thank you and also congratulate you on your activities, the wonderful